All right, everyone, we are back. This is Pure and Quadrant as we get ready for an elimination round one matchup. Goldenboy here alongside with Walshy as we look to dive into this one, and it's going to be a good one. This is now we're at this point, Dave, where every single game is just so pivotal.
Safe. We thought we were in Salt Lake City. We're here in Upset City as everyone is falling at this moment. For those that don't know, on the main stream, you have Space Station Gaming losing their first game to Cloud9 as well. So nobody is safe here at this event.
Yeah, that is actually wild, but of course, Cloud9, a great squad. We were covering a few of their games earlier on, so not shocked to see them, start to really punch things up a little bit against SSG. Did not see that one coming, but hey, stranger things have happened. Let's go ahead though and focus on the action at hand, Pure and Quadrant, and this is an interesting game here, right? Because Quadrant, you looked at the pool where they were, and you're like, oh yeah, this is going to be pretty decent for Optic and Quadrant, but instead things just started to take a turn for the worse in the form of complexity. Now they find themselves in this situation. Every single one of these kills, every single one of these maps matters so much because Worlds qualification is on the line, but also your tournament life is on the line here.
Yeah, Sica isolated a 1v1. Not traded there by LastShot, and this is going to be so huge because he's going to be calling it out, and nobody's going to be there to finish it. Now Sica's going to be able to go to Nest Bridge, lay down some shots, and help his team get back on this B hill.
Try and catch up a little bit on this progress that was earned here by Quadrant.
There's Sica, that player that was not traded out earlier, coming in to swoop up and get that last kill.
And if it wasn't going to be him, it probably would have been a man on your screen here, SLG, who was able to get into that hill and get control of this one here. They got to push this one eventually, but it seems like they're not going to. Instead, they're going to opt to give that one up, play for that tower hill. It'll pop up here in just a second, and they'll get some control here for the time being. But now you got SLG over here toward Ness, and they're going to try and make this pinch happen. Good play, too, to force activity over toward Mud as well, just to make sure you're covering all your bases in this area.
Just like that, SLG eventually making the push over, but too many of his teammates fell right there. This could be disastrous. These spawns are going to be staggered so far. They know SLG is coming back from here, but somehow he's able to slip by a little bit?
Yeah.
What a play.
He's been there the entire time, just freely doing whatever the hell he wanted, and no one was there to stop him. So SLG still playing this one life that he has been rocking.
Guess they pushed Nest and let him slip by, but I thought this was for sure a free kill / staggered spawn by taking SLG, and this has turned out to work out fantastically for him.
And now you're going to be dealing with the camo coming up here in just a few seconds. So for SLG, just try and get as much time as you possibly can there, but for Quadrant, they'll go ahead and play the camouflage game. And live fire, king of the hill here, not quite strongholds, but this Quadrant team, they do really love to play a smart game of contain and control. And if Pure isn't careful, but Pure, of course, being a relentless squad, if they're not careful, they could very well fall into the traps that Quadrant would set. But Sica does manage to get back in this with the camo, so he'll be waiting to receive some attention over from the top of the tower, and it's not going to be coming here. You got a lot of players that are going to be making their way over towards Secret, and you also have someone over toward that garage side of the map. Sniper's going to be up for grabs here as well. SLG can't help his buddy out. He's going to end up losing him on that one, but a beautiful nade sends two people packing, and that is going to be a sniper rifle earned for Quadrant, and potentially they're going to be able to get 2 points off of this one, and it seems that will happen. 2 points or quad.
And that's so frustrating for that member of Pure because on paper, they were doing the right thing. They were sliding past Sniper where you'd expect the nades to be landing. You expect somebody to be nading at the snipe, and they slide past it right into the perfect explosion.
It's a heartbreaker.
I don't know if that one fully fell off. I couldn't see the sniper in that death screen.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta,
it falls like a little low.
Yeah, sometimes it just falls like a brick. And then other times it floats all the way over to the other side of the map. But halfway gained here inside of the garage hill, and they've been doing such great work, Quadrant, to really contain Pure again. That's what I was talking about, right? Pure,
just
no
dominating.
ability.
Look at how much time they have in this hill. One thing I was going to say is, are they playing for time? It's like, no, you can't play for time. There's 4 minutes left on the clock.
Yeah, well, we did see SSG do that against Optic just a second ago.
When there's 2 minutes or so left on the clock, but 4 minutes left on the clock, you got a whole game ahead of yourselves.
Yeah, now it's going to be 3-0, and Quadrant starting this game off hot. They find themselves a few big points here, and they could very well end this one here now. Pure's got to be careful. They got to be a bit more proactive. They got to force these players off this position here. Snipedrone, smart backup, but no one was there to try and cut him off, so you really tell that Pure really struggling to be able to get the lay of the game here, and Quadrant controlling this one expertly as Snipedrone does go down. But Eventually, it is going to now be Pure who gets control. But this is going to be the first for them here. They really have not had, outside of control of that first hill, the green hill, they really haven't been able to make much progress on any of these holds. So they're going to be looking for something big here.
Yeah, and I mean, they need to make a massive swing. Obviously trying to get this camo while also getting this hill. They can't just give up one. But looks like camo snagged right in front of them. Not going to give them that spike grenade. Snipedrone going to have this camo. And I feel like they're not going just for time here at this point. Like I said, there's only been, what, 1 second off the clock since we were last looking at it. It was like 3:53 after the third hill was captured. They are going for the win here on this hill.
Yeah, well, got plenty of time left to play around here. And decent-ish position. But you want to make sure you're playing your cover effectively. Look at the push coming through here. Big pressure now, but it ain't going to matter. Druk was going to be one shot, so not much you can really do with that. They're going to more than likely have to give this one up. And that's going to be Pure's first point on the board, but 2 players down, 3 players down for Pure, as a matter of fact. And that's going to be Quadrant setting this one up and getting ready to maybe close this one out here now.
Yeah, Sica knows there's player one shot nest, also knows that they spawned over at C. Be interesting to see what sort of pressure members of Quadrant put down. Druk falls, LastShot falls, Cherished trying to hold on this hill. And if they can continue to, even if they edge out these hills just by a little bit, even if they gain a little advantage and win that hill, that is fine. They can slowly claw this one back.
Now, is this a situation in this middle hill, Dave, that you can maybe, it does seem like Quadrant wants to close it out, but if, you know, it gets down to like 3 or 230, ooh, nice shot, 230 or 245, do you see Quadrant just trying to play more of a control game to just allow them, or to not allow them to be able to get hill time?
I feel like if Quadrant were going to do that, they would have to have committed that during the last hill.
They might. All right, folks, we are back. Now time to get back into this one, and just an update for everyone. It will be a 3-1 score. Quadrant is up, and even though it did look like they were in a position to be able to win it, they're going to have to, you know, regain that confidence again here. And even then, it gives Pure an opportunity. But I think with that middle hill and the way that Quadrant were playing it, Dave, it's very, very possible that on this green hill, they can end it here and now and take this map 1 win.
Yeah, I mean, Quadrant were down on the very first hill this last time. Let's see if they can do it. Curious around time left, but it seems like it might just be the full 5 minutes on the board. So you know Quadrant aren't just going to try to slay for 5. They are going to be going for the throat.
No, you cannot do that. That is going to be way too much time to play around with here. Now Pure, they're actually going to... Okay, this is quite fascinating. So Pure's going to go for that camo instead of playing for the hill control. Snipedrone, big battle here for him to win. If he's able to do so, he could very well give his teammates a little bit of a leg up, but instead his buddy Glory's going to pick up that kill there. Now Cherished, here he comes with that camo, and he's getting tagged here. They know where he is. They know that this push is going to be coming in because there's one more player here for Pure that's going to try and cause this problem. They also see where that quantum translocator is. That was Glory, though. And then Snipedrone goes back for it, but Druk is going to catch him as soon as he TPs out of there. But they gained a lot of progress. And Dave, this is going to put a ton of pressure onto Pure to have to play this hold perfectly in order for them to get this point.
And everyone's just actually fanning out away from the hill for a moment because they just realize they need control and slays. They don't need to scrap up just 25% of this hill. The fact that Quadrant have so much time on the board, they need the kills, and they are not able to get them. Quadrant back in just as soon as they lost control.
Kind of a miscalculation on your opening gambit, right? Because with a score of 3-1, Quadrant's like, screw it, we can go ahead and kill the camo player. Let's go ahead and win this whole thing. And they're so close to being able to do so. The progress is continuing to tick down. One player tried to challenge, it was Cherished, but no one was there. 3 down, and Quadrant win it.
Quadrant just so good on that King of the Hill mode right there. Just coming out real strong. And Pure, that's got to be a scary spot to be in.
Yeah.
Pure just, 1, losing that series to Shopify prior to this. 2, going to the series and going down 1-0 to Quadrant. They got to be shaking their boots. We're going to have to go to a break, and we'll see what they do when they come right back.
All right, folks, we are back. We got Pure Quadrant up 1 as we get ready for Slayer on Solitude. And this is a great chance for Pure to be able to come back into this game here, Dave, because, well, it's Slayer, and we all know that Pure, they really like to play that aggression game, you know?
Yeah, Pure are going to step it up here on this next one. I think one thing that Quadrant always does so well is certain objective modes, especially Strongholds and King of the Hill, they seem to know how to posture themselves, position themselves so well that they're going to play at a pace that's uncomfortable here, or they're going to be in unexpected spots. Whereas when you bring it back to a straight Slayer, you you expect Pure to be a little bit stronger there. So we're going to have to see if that holds true.
Yeah, and so far, though, it seems like it is. The start was quite nice for Pure. 3-1, make that 4 here as LastShot gets himself a double. Massive kills there for LastShot. Gets, oh, baby, a triple. Finds another one right on the money, and that is going to be a great start here for Pure.
That is absolutely insane. Just flicking back and forth, finding those locations, and not letting the rest whatsoever. Almost actually acquires that double kill at the end, but damage has been done. 8-4 lead here off the back of a sick triple kill from its LastShot.
Now Cherished is looking for an opening here, and he may have actually found one in Sica. It was some great support that was going to be coming in here to allow that to happen, and that's another one here, right? Cleanup duty. That's another triple kill for Pure. I'm sorry here, Cherished. Let's find out, brother. You got yourself a trip, as well as LastShot, not to be outdone.
Also, I love the fact they just didn't just jump out and challenge it right away. I think that's the natural instinct, but your tournament life is at stake right now. You're not here to go for flashy plays. Despite them hitting these flashy triple kills, you aren't here to jump out and challenge for triples and overkills. You're here to win the match.
But even with
and
that,
it's a 3-kill game.
Yeah, which is a 2-kill now. The
that
fact
is
that Quadrant,
scary, actually.
That is, because you get two triple kills back to back, pretty much 6 kills out of that, and you still can't be able to pull away with the lead. But I do want to commend Cherished, though, because what he was doing there was really just reacting off of what his teammates were providing him. You know, granted that could have gone poorly for him, and he was able to find those kills when they mattered most. But the thing is, he got Quadrant. They don't really care about those triple kills. It's all fine and dandy. We'll just go ahead and win the game anyway, and they take the lead.
That does not spell or bode well here for Pure.
No, it doesn't.
Like you said, when your team is going off, you want to see that lead extend. But for that to be answered back so quickly, that is really scary. So we're going to have to see what Pure does. Are they going to be better off just slowing it down, or is it just going to be picking up the pace, and can they continue that momentum and keep picking up those multi-kills like we were seeing at the beginning of the match?
And Pure were the beneficiaries of that camo at the beginning of the game, and Taulek's going to pick this one up here. We saw him do some pretty decent things with the camo in the few series that we were covering yesterday. A couple players turtling inside. They're just waiting to see if anyone's going to be pushing and just trying to receive the push from Pure, but this has been just more of a find him, isolate him, and then take him out. And it has been working out beautifully here. I mean, this blue side of the map dominated, and now they're getting ready. Yeah, this is not what I had thought would happen, but then Pure bounces right back, right? It's like Quadrant gets that camo, they get a few kills under the book, but then, you know, or sorry, Pure gets a camo, they get a few kills under the book, Quadrant came back, but that is not what's happening this time around. Now, this is exactly what Pure wanted to get that first time around, and they get 6 kills out of that camo play, and on top of that, a decent amount of map control. This is getting a little scary here for Quadrant.
Yeah, from what I'm seeing from just this limited beginning part of this game is when things are going well and they're pushing across, they're doing great.
Yeah.
But I feel like Pure just needs to learn when to pump the brakes a little bit. As soon as they get a person down or two, they no longer have the advantage that they might think they have.
True,
and there's no need to charge across the map and be the aggressor and force the action.
And let's
Feel
not
free
forget,
to park and hide in the corner. Let the opponent make a mistake.
Oh, that was really smart. But let's not forget, too, that rate of fire change for the Bandit really does not allow you to be able to, you know, take those fights so casually like that. You have to be more mindful of how you push in those situations. And hopefully Pure is something that they can try and adjust as time goes on. But I think they're perfectly fine given the circumstances of being up by 6 here. And that is all off of that, you know, camo control. Great plays there. And camo's going to be up again. Can SLG get hands on it and see if they can maybe have this one to the column, because they have been allowing Pure to get control of this the entire time. And SLG, he'll burn the camo, so you'll take that if you're Quadrant, but you won't take this lead that Pure's building up.
No, I mean, this 7-kill lead is starting to spiral out of control a little bit, but happy to see Pure that able to reel that one back in. It was looking real bad for a second when Quadrant was able to tie that up around that 13-13 mark.
Yeah. Big plays were happening.
That thruster.
Yeah, I want to go
Any small advantage is an advantage. Looks like they're baiting it out and does not get that second melee, but luckily Druk's there, having his back, helping clear that out. Funny enough, when I was talking to Lucid, this was post, I forget which event it was. I want to say maybe post opener, post in, you know, after the Optic Major.
Yeah.
I was asking, like, how much do you value something like the thruster? And he's like, about 2.5 shots.
Really?
It feels like it's about a 2.5 shot advantage. So he feels like if someone gets, you know, first shot or two on him,
Yeah.
Feels that with thruster, it's enough to turn that fight.
Yeah, I actually agree with that because, you know, if this was H5, maybe a little bit different of a situation. But in Infinite, not everyone's going to have that thruster.
Yeah.
So that is going to be that small advantage that you'll be able to take advantage in your fight. Now, something to keep in mind here is that it was a 7-8 kill game, and it's continuing to be a close one here as it's now within 4 for Quadrant. They get 2 kills off of Druk as well as Cherished, sending him back to the respawn. And also got to give a lot of commiserations here for Druk as well as LastShot playing some great games. LastShot's been incredibly consistent in this tournament, Dave, and that is so scary for a guy who really just bursted onto the scene, you know, not that long ago in such a way.
Yeah, no, just coming out, making a statement right away that this is a person to be feared in Halo for a long time. And we will see this run begin right now.
Now, Snipedrone was one of those guys at a point in time, still is, to be completely fair with you. The man's still phenomenal, but I remember going over to Europe for a few of those first events and hearing all about how damn good Snipedrone is. And it's certainly something that he'll want to try and lean on here. So he wants to add a little bit more to his column, to his kill column, but Glory just trying to bait out some of these shock rifle shots.
Also, wisely, not even just shooting there. I think I would instinctively would just start shooting back at some point to get some damage on the board.
Yeah.
But no teammates anywhere in position. They're all across the map right now over a yard and stuff. But LastShot able to flick around, get that headshot real quick.
That was a great save there from his teammate across the map. I don't know if you saw a few of those shots coming in. That could have been doom and destruction. Still, 3-kill game now. Game's going to slow down just a tinge. Quadrant, they're looking for an opening. Who's going to provide that to them? As for Pure, they're perfectly fine letting, you know, Quadrant bring the fight to them because they're prepared for it. You know
Pure
exactly.
wants this action to get started. They want somebody on Quadrant
to make that move.
Or get weak, and then Pure going to go flying across the map. And here might be the action. Look at 2 players coming across posters.
You called it, Dave.
No hesitation whatsoever. They saw damage, and they charged.
But Quadrant were ready to receive that aggression in kind. And Snipedrone in a phenomenal position there, just waiting for those players to come up through that ramp, and right behind him gets the double kill. That's going to put them within 2 kills now, and things are getting a little dicey here because Pure, they had a 8-kill lead at one point in time, and that has slipped away. But on the flip side to that, Quadrant also had a great start to this game too with getting, you know, well, actually, no, I'm sorry, it was Pure that got the 2 triple kills. So I stand corrected. If anything, this is a testament to Pure kind of keeping the fight going here.
Yeah, they're just keeping this action fast, and Snipedrone jumps out quick enough, but somehow able to come back to his teammate, help him out in market here. Battle is going down in market, and are they going to win that 2v1? LastShot almost wins a 2v1. Gets taken out by Glories, but still a 3-kill lead here, making a 2-kill, 3-kill lead. Back and forth here for Pure. But that's all they need at this point. They want this game to be a little bit quicker. They just want to trade out a couple kills and go on to game number 3.
4 kills is all Pure needs to win this one out. But Cherished picked up that camo. He can't find a lot of success with it. Now it's going to be a kill within 1. Can Sica get the kill here? Snipedrone's actually going to find Druk on the other side. That's going to tie things up now. Sica working with his teammate. They get another one. 46-47 here, Dave. This is completely turned on its head. Pure had such an incredible start, and Quadrant somehow managing to dig deep and picking up this win. This could be catastrophic for Pure.
Pure fully stuck at Snipe. This one player who's
tied.
slipping out. I want to say this is Cherished. This player needs to stay alive. He's one shot. He gets dropped as well. 49 for Quadrant, and that's going to be a 50-47-48 victory here for Quadrant. Pure's tournament life on the line here in elimination bracket round 1. Something I don't think I would see myself saying or hear myself saying till way later in the tournament.
I couldn't agree more, Dave. And what's even more tragic about it is that LastShot had one hell of a game. Look at the damage that he output, almost 6K damage, and he had 20 kills, and he had a crap ton of assists too. I mean, the man was absolutely on fire, and that is just an oh, he had 6 assists, not a crap ton, but still a decent amount. In any case, though, folks, that is putting this series in a very interesting spot. 2-0, Quadrant up. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everyone. Pure Quadrant up 2-0. You got Golden Boy and Walshy on the call here, and this is going down to, well, our map 3 Aquarius, where honestly, man, I mean, if you're Pure at this point, Dave, this is a bit of a struggle, you know, considering that you were looking real good at map 2 and just let that one slip away from you. They got to regroup.
Yeah, this is a tough position for Pure to be in. I mean, you know that they've practiced and studied for a lot of other top teams across and trying to see what tendencies does this player on FaZe have or SSG have. they've not been sitting here prepping for someone like Quadrant, so they don't know all the little tricks that they have up their sleeves.
Yeah, and because, you know, they're not encountering these dudes. They're scrimming out in Europe, mostly playing against ITB, and, you know, a few times they get an opportunity to scrim some of the NA teams and LATAM teams. It's, you know, through rough connections and whatnot. So I couldn't agree more with that one, Dave. But also, it's just a credit to Quadrant, because I think a lot of people were so big on Pure because of their, you know, aggression and the way that they had a very quick play style. They'll push an advantage every single time they get it. And, you know, credit to Quadrant, man. They're very good at receiving this aggression in kind, and then just making sure that they don't give anything up, right? That being said, Glory's going to back away. And look at the help coming in. Snipedrone backing up his buddy. He's going to lose him here, and this is going to be CTF, so you're going to look for these players to try and make these pushes happen, and this is now an opportunity here for Pure to get inside of this blue engine, see if they can maybe create an opportunity here with this flag pull. Look at where those spawns are, Dave.
Yeah, for the first time we're actually seeing Pure, like you said, push out their own base. All the rest of this battling has been done over at the Pure utility. It's LastShot taking everything into his own hands, getting a few kills, getting the flag over the util, and a crucial battle between Sica and Taulek. Taulek coming out ahead.
Yeah, Taulek was waiting. Now he pre-naded that doorway, expecting that there was going to be some players pushing in. He was right, but the timing was off, and they could not secure those kills. But there is going to be 3 down right now for Quadrant, so that is a flag returning, and it's going to leave things up to Sica, and Sica gets a massive bank grenade kill onto Druk, thus slowing that push here. He knows that there might be one more player lingering about, and he finds him inside of blue util, and that is going to be Cherished, wiped away from that one. And now allowing Sica and the rest of the Quadrant boys an opportunity to make this fight happen here. Taulek with a massive win, though.
Yeah, Taulek with that win, despite being surprised there. With the heightened nerves and chaos during the situation, some of these players aren't going to be used to having the same sort of audio cues that they would have when they're at home in a more calm environment. They're going to hear sometimes more of those footsteps and the slidings. And in a case like that, like you said, surprised, but you got to fall back on your instincts and just hit your shots.
Yeah, you have to adjust as well on the fly when you're playing in these LAN environments, because even though it's the same game, sometimes it just feels different, you know, when you're playing on LAN. And well, Glory now is trying to make that plasma pistol put some work in, and it's good for 2, so not bad. That's going to be 3 down currently. Pure only have LastShot left alive. Druk off of the respawn, but no real opportunity to push, so they're going to get ready for another round of slays here.
And there we go. LG pushing towards the opposite fridge, but Taulek and Cherished holding down the Pure base. Going to be tough to break inside there. LastShot trading out that melee and somehow not dying.
That's now going to be 3 down for Quadrant on the other side. Glory won't be able to stay alive long enough, but you do have some spawners there to play some defense and back things up. How does Pure look to approach this? They did this once before, pushing inside of util, got that flag out over toward the bottom of utility, but it ended up getting stopped off of those spawners pushing in from that bottom doorway, as well as the top doorway too, right? They had a good pinch to be able to prevent that. So if you're Pure in this instance, you got to figure out what went wrong that last time, and then try and not allow that to happen again here, so you can finally get this flag back. Trying something different here.
Cherished at least gets the toss out, but 2 people fell. We're going to see if LastShot can get this kill. No, Snipedrone comes out ahead in that battle. But Flag's still getting rallied out. Taulek going to grab that and just sprint across the map. Anyone in position? I don't think so.
No, and I had mentioned before they needed to do something a little bit different, and they did. Found success here, and this is going to be a cap as Pure go up 1-0 here. And that was a much-needed capture to kind of get the momentum building for Pure.
Can this be the start of their reverse sweep? I mean, LastShot grabbing the SOS, you know he's going to be aggressive with this. Love seeing him push straight towards util. I feel like you want to use this player to get in and get that flag grab. You don't want to use that OS just eating a bunch of nades, but sometimes you don't have that choice. It's all these players back at the base throwing them all at you.
You think you got the plan, you have the strats, and then you end up getting bopped by like 4 grenades at the same
Everyone
time.
has a plan until they get hit in the face with a grenade.
Yeah, famously said, famously said. That's right. But we're back to the similar situation that Pure was in before, and now they're going to play the back of the base here. Smart strategy to just get that pressure onto Quadrant. Force them into some rough positions, right? Because you got the fridge control, and you know that you're going to get spawns over toward utility too. But they're actually going to play off of this and push forward, get more of that mid control. But they're starting to really struggle to stay alive here, Dave. You got 2 players down, 1 off of the fridge spawn. He's going to try and see if he can get the cutoff, and a flag pulled on the other side of the map here as well, just to try and keep the momentum going, or rather slow the momentum of Pure.
And I would say during this chaotic situation, I kind of favor Quadrant. I feel like they are more likely to make the correct decision on when to push back, when to push forward. But end of the day, it's going to come down to who gets these kills. That's the first one going to Glory.
That's massive.
Make that double kill. And like I said, if it comes down to who's getting those kills, Glory's getting a double kill, and he's not satisfied just yet, pushing all the way in the pure base to see if he can get this recovery.
The shots are coming in from the other side of the map here, and Glory, he turned around expecting to see someone maybe inside of the courtyard.
Maybe one person, but not two people.
Yeah, exactly. But we're at a bit of a stalemate here. Make that return happen. Who's gonna budge?
2 apiece. 2 were down apiece for a moment there in time. SLG taking a more heightened approach here, trying to take over the util instead of just trying to hide in through the...
He actually can sneak right in here. Is anyone here to be able to catch this? And he wins the battle. He gets the support, and that is going to be a capture if they could lock this one in. He's right around the corner.
Wait, nobody's there to cap.
No one's there.
They were spread out a little bit, playing defense. Now, that's why you see SLG pushing back to try to get some damage across the center of the map. Wants to make sure they secure that capture before they put themselves into another flag stalemate situation.
Bro, can we just talk about SLG having a series? Because he's actually been playing really well. We didn't get to talk about it all that much in map 2, but he has been playing on fire. Exactly what you want to see here out of the veteran. Glory with a beautiful run now, looking to put the second flag in.
Also, the other part I didn't realize is as they pushed back to that flag to make sure they secured it, they went back to secure that overshield. They weren't getting too greedy and spreading themselves too thin. Sometimes team can get too focused on that and say, well, we get the flagpole, we get the OS, we get the cap at the same time. Just focus on maybe a couple, secure those. Don't get too greedy.
I think what's really fascinating about Quadrant is how they're able to do multiple jobs at the same time and get them done in different ways, right? It may not always be the cleanest way, but it's enough. And you wish that splash damage off of that green gun would have worked out there, but it did not. It didn't catch it. Ended up hitting all corner of that one. That's going to be a double kill now for LastShot. So this is an opportunity here. The Snipedrone stop him in his tracks. He does. He's successful in that one. And Glory's going to go in there and help his buddy out. And I don't think they were prepared for this at all because they were set up looking over on the other side of the map. A good old reliable battle rifle is going to do the job here.
You know that Pure have to be going through a roller coaster right now. They went into today saying, you know what, we beat Shotfire Rebellion. We have a chance to get all the way to the winners bracket finals. Instead, they're finding themselves at the brink of elimination. They have to turn this around the next 4 minutes and 19 seconds if they want to have a chance in this tournament.
This is the team that we all, coming into this event, I mean, I shouldn't say all, but
majority
a majority of us said was going to be that wild card team. And the only person who gave Quadrant the time of day, and it goes without saying, is Gaskin, because, you know, he's always got to give his boys some love. But man, oh man, this is not what I thought I'd see happening here. But really, when you think about it, the way that Quadrant, their objective efficiency, the way that they play, it's so solid. But now you got Pure with the overshield and an opportunity. Do not want this player to get burned so quickly here, and he's got to get involved in the action somehow, some way.
Yeah, he knows somebody's nearby as his teammate was picked off, so he gets at least that kill, but all 3 of his teammates down. This overshield is worthless at this point.
Yeah, he's
I mean, it's going to be taken out in the next shot, and he needs his teammates in order to back him up to get this flagpole.
Unfortunate there, but they do keep the overshield out of the hands of Quadrant, so silver linings, if you will. But
I like this play, though. Still behind enemy lines. They're not able to find him. Gets little shots from Sica. That's going to be the first kill. And Cherished, he's going to be pushing on in. He might have just a one-on-one here on the flag. No, nobody in the flag. But somebody challenging from top center. SLG does not miss right now.
Bro, that was such an incredible reposition. He was in blue utility. Now, they heard the call out that was going to be over toward Fridge. So what does he do? He doesn't stay at Fridge, utility to try and receive the aggression from the Pure player. No, instead, he goes over to mid, anticipates that he's going to expose himself by flag, and punishes him as a result of that, not allowing that flank player to have any kind of impact whatsoever. Once again, SLG is having one hell of a game.
Yeah, the other part that was really a highlight there of that rotation from utility to top centers. He's helping fight top center and then turn around fighting the flag. He didn't put himself in just a one-on-one the flag, a do or die, they get the flagpole or not. Instead, he goes to the high percentage play, gets damage with a teammate, and then turns and wins a unlikely 1v1.
Beautiful stuff there from Quadrant. Now 2 minutes, 20 seconds left on the clock. Plenty of time to work with here. If you're Pure, you're only down by 1 flag. But the problem is you got, my word, you got Quadrant slaying like this. They're playing really well here. And Sica, even though he's not, you know, lighting up the kill feed there, what he's doing is he's playing his role.
He is just moving absolutely incredibly. And look at this, securing this last overshield. Potential last OS in the game unless we go to some sort of overtime and a reset, but I don't foresee that happening with how these teams are playing right now. I see Quadrant continue to put this pressure on. They're just trading kill after kill and being in the right spots.
How does Sica play the flank here? They know he's back here,
He's
right?
got to go forward. He's got to go for this damage and this kill. Right now, his teammates are getting outnumbered there, but instead, he goes for the pull, creates distraction, forces Pure to turn around and look at him.
Yeah.
He says, if you're not at your base looking at me, you're going to do it now.
And he's playing a beautiful head glitch here as well. And flagpole starting to come through for Pure. Sica, though, he got one player in front of him, and that's LastShot, and he'll win that battle each and every time. He's dropping 22 and 14 here in this game. And have they been able to make progress with this flag?
Does not get
Doesn't
the
seem
trade.
the case. But there's Pure. There's Druk on the move. He's got a player up on top to receive this as well. But Taulek's getting some shots all over the place. But the toss is good, and we're tied up 2-2. 1 minute left on the clock.
Not over yet. And Pure got to be feeling real good about that cap, but cannot let up just yet.
They are certainly outslaying from doing.
They like to make it interesting. They like to make it really tough on
Wait a
themselves,
minute.
but that's 2 down.
No,
and Glory's
not
running
like
straight
this.
down the bomb center.
Not
His
like
last
this.
shot over at the util. Could be one of the best players to get a stop here, but there's too many players there. LastShot gets one, but does not get the second. Snipedrone bringing this flag in. This could be the dagger here against Pure. Pure once again got themselves out of a situation. They put themselves at a tie spot, but not for long. Only for 20 seconds were they in that tie position. And now Pure, do or die, 22 seconds. They need to get a flagpole and a flag capped.
Yeah, just absolute heartbreak and despair here for Pure. They're going to need to rally the troops as fast as possible, but Glory is going to pick up
That's
a double.
3 down.
Glory gets a freaking triple kill to put a dagger in the heart of Pure and eliminate them in this competition. If they don't get to that flag within the next 3 seconds, teleportation technology or whatever, it ain't happening, folks. Quadrant are moving on. Pure's eliminated, and it happened in a blink of an eye, and a triple kill from Glory, living up to that name.
What a wily series of events. Something you did not expect to see.
No,
Quadrant
not at
playing
all.
their hearts out, continuing their run to elimination round 2. Pure somehow ending this tournament in the 9 through 12 spot. Not the position they want to be going into Worlds. You know that they're going to go back to the drawing board. You know they're going to review all these games and see what went wrong, and they're going to come out strong. No doubt in my mind that they're going to make their way through LCQ and on their way to Worlds, but at that point, this point, that's not even guaranteed.
I want to see Pure go into the hyperbolic time chamber and come out Super Saiyan 3 Goku. That's what I want to see. And if we don't get that, I'll be disappointed. I know you don't know Dragon Balls, but it was a little bit before your time.
I have no Dragon
Ball. All right.
Over 9,000. Yeah, I got a few.
You know the memes, kid.
Super Saiyan or something.
All right, let's just throw this before Mason kills us. All right, folks. That's going to do it for us here. We'll catch you on the main stage in a little bit for Optic versus FaZe. But until then, Quadrant, the day belongs to them. They survive in the elimination bracket, and we'll see you soon.